Hey guys, Jarek here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get the party chat from that up there, your Xbox One, into your capture card and into your videos. It's not as easy as the 360 where you just turn it to your speakers and then it automatically came through. What's essentially happening is that the audio from your party chat is coming through this, your controller. So how do you get audio from your controller into your capture card? Well, first things first, if you're like me, you have one of the old Xbox One controllers without the headset jack on the bottom, so you can't plug in a headset. You're going to need to buy an adapter that lets you use your headset. Kind of annoying, but this thing is actually pretty nifty. It does allow you to turn the usual controls of turning it up and down and the mute button, but it has two extra controls with the controller on it and a person on it. When you press the controller button, this turns up the game volume, turns down your party chat. When you press the button with the person on it, it turns up your party chat, turn down the game volume. All of these changes, if you turn up the party chat all the way so you can't even hear the game, that will show up in your recording, which is actually really cool. You can do it all by ear, you can just do an ear test and change it on the fly as you're playing. So you don't need to worry about that in post-editing or worry about something being too loud or too quiet. You can just do it all by ear as you're playing. But that doesn't tell you how to actually record it. I'm going to be going over two different options for this. The first one is the official way, and the second one is the way that I do it. So the official way from Elgato themselves, the chat link. This is basically a long splitter. This thing will only cost you $9. It's pretty cheap. This is all it is. So first thing, you plug this side into your controller. Then you take the open slot and you plug in your headset into this. Now keep in mind, you need to have the 3 black lines plug-in. That's what you need to have for this to work. The standard 3.5mm jack. Otherwise, it will not work. If you also have a headset that has the usual 2-prong thing, you'll need to buy a splitter, which you can find for very cheap. Those are like under $5, and you plug both of those into the splitter and then you plug into the headset like you usually would, and that works fine as well. Then you take the other side and you plug that directly into your capture card. From there, you go to your actual recording software from Elgato, you click the gear, and then you go to the audio options, and you change it from HDMI audio to analog audio. And that's all you gotta do. From here on, it will be recording the game and the party chat. The catch here, and this is really why I don't like this option, is that it does not record your microphone, your headset microphone. Now the people in the party chat can hear that microphone fine, but it won't show up in the recording at all. The way to get around this is to click the live commentary button in the recording program and record with a completely other microphone that has nothing to do with anything. I don't like this. This means I need to record with this thing right here, which is a condenser microphone, and it's not made for live commentary. You can hear everything around me with this thing. You can hear my roommates on the other side of my door. You can hear loud cars driving by on the street in front of my house. You can hear controller noises with this headset. This is the part I really don't like. It comes through pretty loudly. I don't like it. I don't want to use this for live commentary. I want to use my headset, which is why I use something else entirely. The other thing with the game chat link is that it's really hard to find. It's always out of stock. I ordered mine and it was on back order for about 3 weeks before I finally got it myself. It's out of stock right now, so getting it is not that easy. Something I did forget to mention about it though is that you can take the thing you usually plug into your capture card, plug this into your microphone jack on your PC, change your settings to rear line-in your sound card options on your PC, and then you can record the video game sound effects and the party chat that way through your PC. So if you want to record with an external program like OBS or something, which I totally understand because Elgato's software for recording is kind of garbage, this does work. But do note this can cause some audio desyncs and doesn't always work as intended. But it does work, and if you can get it to work, more power to you. But I usually just stick with Elgato's software itself to try to avoid the audio desyncs. Now I'm going to be showing you the other method. This is the method that I prefer to record. This thing right here. That's it. That's all you need to use, really. It's just this little box. So it works very similarly to the party chat link, where you plug this end into your controller. And then on your box, it's even labeled for you. On one side it says headset, the other side it says record. You plug your headset into the headset side, obviously. And again, just the same as before, if your headset has the two-prong thing, you need to use a splitter and plug that in that way, and it works perfectly fine. And then you take a long cable that the capture card itself actually does come, not the capture card, I'm sorry, that the little box thing you just bought actually comes with, so a long cable, and it will come with this, as I mentioned. You plug one side into the record side on the box, and then you plug your other side into the capture card as you would with the game chat party link. And just like before, you change your audio settings from HDMI to analog, and there you go. It's recording your party chat link, or I'm sorry, it's recording your party chat, your video game sounds, and the kicker with this one is it also records your headset microphone you're using for the game, the party chat right there. And that's why I use this one, because it can use my headset. You don't hear my controller clacks, you don't hear cars outside or all these other noises around. Much better for noise canceling. I much prefer this. There are a few catches though. The first one is that this is simply more expensive. The game chat link is only around $9, it's just a long splitter. This thing's a little bit more complicated and is almost $40, overpriced as fuck, but it does work. It also, the place where you buy it is KV Connection. This website looks really shady. But I got the thing I ordered and it works as intended, so it is a legit website. The only reason I even took that risk is because I saw another video saying it worked for them, so I tried it, and it's the method I prefer to record with. And it's just as simple as the game party chat link, and in my experience is better. Something to mention with this is that in my experience it records very quiet, so within your software recording options, you want to boost the analog audio gain 12 decibels and then turn up the game recording all the way to 100%. In my experience, this creates normal audio like you would hear anywhere else instead of being super quiet. Another thing I can mention is that this records in mono sound. That's another bad thing. So you either need a way to record this in stereo, like I said before, you can plug in the end that you'd usually plug into your capture card into your computer and record in stereo that way. But if you use it to record through your capture card, it will record in mono. What do I mean by that, by mono? It'll record the game party chat link, or the game party, game live party chat, and the video game sound effects coming out of your left speaker, and your voice will come out of the right speaker. So the way I use to fix this issue is I use Adobe Premiere for editing. Within Adobe Premiere there is something called the fill effect. So you go under the effects, just search up fill, and it'll be options that say fill left with right and fill right with left. So just drag one of those into the audio timeline. Take another clip, take the same clip you just used to record, put that into the timeline, right click on it, unlink, delete the video, drag the audio underneath. So you have two different audios of the same thing, and then fill right with left. And this will make stereo sound instead of having mono. Doing this is also pretty useful because it cuts out the left and cuts out the right. So say your voice happens to be a little bit quieter than the other people, you can just boost that and edit that separately. Which you might have to do. That was one of the problems I had, and that was actually the reason I got a new headset. See, at first I was using this headset here, which is a Gamescom Plantronics 777. It's not bad, but it's not really particularly great either. But in my experience, the microphone on it, kind of quiet. And it was actually very, very quiet when it came through this recording option I use. So that was a little unfortunate. With my PC, that's not really an issue because, I can just boost the microphone, but I can't do that with this recording option. And plus, I thought it was about time to get a better headset. It's not bad, but it's definitely not that great. It's kind of a budget headset. I used this excuse to get a Corsair Vengeance 1400, which only has the one prong link, which works fine. And this headset is a little bit louder, so it comes through better. But do note, if your headset's a little bit quiet, you will either have to boost it afterward in the editing software, or you really can't do anything about it. So that's the unfortunate thing about this, but in my experience, that seems to be, it doesn't seem to be too common. And I do prefer this recording method, but you can try both if you want to. I prefer to use my headset. Something else I also forgot to mention about the game chat link. As I mentioned, you'll need to use the software and record with an external microphone that you're not using for the party chat, which means with this, and that live commentary button in the software settings doesn't always work as intended, and it can get desynced from the rest of the audio. Apparently the way to fix this is to click record first and then live commentary, and don't just leave the live commentary button on at all times. But in my experience with this way, the audio got desynced, and what I mean by that is my microphone would happen, me speaking would happen just a second or so before everything else. So say I'm playing Halo and I just killed someone, I would say got him right before I actually killed him. Whereas obviously when I was reacting to it, I killed them first and then said that. So, you know, like I said, the audio would get desynced. So that's another issue to take into consideration. Whereas with this, with the box, in my experience, this just works with a few technicalities that are a little bit odd, like being recorded in mono. I probably made it sound really complicated, but once you get it all set up, it's actually really, really easy. It could be easier. I wish everything was on PC and I could just use Marilla's Action, my recording software, for everything. But I hope this helped people. I hope you don't have to do any research. I hope this was comprehensible enough and had enough detail to make it understandable. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.